When I pestered grandmother, the rug maker. When I pestered grandmother to teach me to weave, she said, "You can hardly even sit still. You will not even have enough patience for weaving." Trying not to seem rebellious, I said that I was as patient as a rock. Well, maybe a nervous rock. I had admired grandmother's rugs ever since I was a little girl. Now I wanted to make a rug of my own. I begged her to set up a loom for me. But the loom, she said, with conviction in her voice, is not the starting place. First, you have to learn the weaving songs and chants. I have to learn songs and chants, I asked. Oh, yes, she told me. The sheep who give us wool have a chant. The spindle has a chant. And the loom has a chant. Even the spider has a chant. The spider? I pictured a spider crawling on the loom. The spider taught us how to weave long ago. Grandmother explained. So we cannot forget him. The more songs we sing, the more valuable your rug will be. Perhaps you can weave a rug that symbolizes your journey from a girl to a woman. That sounded like a challenge, but I was willing to try. Next, grandmother said, "We will shear the sheep tomorrow up on the mountain." The mountain was far in the distance, a steep and difficult hike from the desert where we lived. I bit my tongue because I did not want grandmother to think I was impatient, but I hated hiking and shearing those smelly old sheep. The next morning, the rocky trail was more hazardous than I had expected. By sundown, we were tired, dirty, and smelly, but we had gathered a fluffy pile of woolen fleece. "How can we make a rug from fleece?" I asked. Grandmother sighed and held out a long wooden spindle. You have to straighten and spin the wool by combing it. She twisted and stretched the wool as she turned the spindle, making the yarn even and strong. As she worked, she chanted, and I sang with her, memorizing the words the best I could. Then grandmother showed me how to weave. It's a Navajo tradition to include a mistake in every rug, she told me. Human beings are not perfect, so we make mistakes like this one, she said. She had woven a strand of wool under two other strands instead of under one. Grandmother promised that next we would string the loom just for me. Before long, I would have my first rug. It would be woven the Navajo way, with chants and songs and wool from our sheep. It would also have a mistake, or two, because I am only human.